right? So if everybody calls in all their ounces of gold at once, it automatically shoots up to fucking some insane number. Now, when I started my YouTube career and started making fucking videos and shit, the whole purpose of this was really to bring out fucking truth about what was going on in our motherfucking society and what was going on in the world that wasn't being talked about. And I thought it was really important that we have some conversations and some truths about shit that people don't really have a conversation about ever. We don't fucking hear motherfuckers talk about things. And I think it's important that some individuals, someone, anyone, anywhere talks about shit. You know what I'm saying? And so basically what I'm going to do is, now that I have a fucking fan base and have individuals who are going to watch my shit from time to time, and I mean I have a bigger audience, I'm going to start redoing some of my old videos, and that way they're better quality than what they used to be. Now, with that being said, let's talk about gold. All right, we've been talking about what's going to happen in the collapse, how the collapse is going to happen, you know what I'm saying, how things are going to fall down, all this type of shit, all right? And I want to do more of these type of videos because I like doing them, you know what I'm saying? It's one of my favorite fucking subjects to talk about, just because it's something that fucking fascinates me in the mentality of understanding how people are going to react to it. And I'm ultimately a student of human beings as an in general purpose. But so I went looking around today, trying to do some fucking research about shit, and what I was looking for was the paper to gold ratio. Now, if you don't understand what paper to gold ratio is, I'm gonna very simply explain it as this. All right, gold is speculated. All right, and when I say speculated, what that means is that, very simply put, it's an asset that they will hold on to and then lend out more of them what they have. All right, because once you have gold, it kind of just sits there and collects dust. It doesn't gain any actual ability for you to earn money off of it. It's not like an asset that appreciates in value that you're gonna be able to fucking utilize. All right, like, yes, like a home may gain in value or a fucking car may gain in value, but if you're not able to actually like tap into that fucking value as far as the gold's concerned, or as far as anything else is concerned, you know what I'm saying, it's just something that later on you're going to trade and or hand down to your children and future generations as savings or as leverage for, you know what I mean, a different, you know what I mean, a project or an opportunity to gain credit. That's tends to be what an asset does. All right, now paper to gold ratio. Now, so what they do is they stand here and they'll have some gold. Okay, like an individual, like a big bullion house, which is bullion, gold bullion, you know what I mean, it's, you know what I mean, what they call large stores of gold, you know what I mean, like, you know, when you have a bar of gold bullion, all right, you know, he basically has something that weighs like, it's usually measured in kilos or pounds, you know what I mean, depending on where you got it from. And if it's a pound of gold, it's 16 ounces, right? Because it's still measured in ounces in most of the market. You know what I mean? It's measured in English because it was still set up until very recently at a place inside of London at a Red Shield Bank. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different conversation, a whole different story, right? But now, all right, so the paper versus physical, right? The amazing amount of leverage in the silver market. This is well, this is actually an article from 2017, right? Stupid fucking ads, right? But I was looking for stuff, you know what I mean, to be able to stand here and explain to y'all and show you the amount of leverage inside of the gold market. Okay. Now, while many precious metals investors realize the massive amount of paper trading leverage taking place in the gold market, they should see what's also going on in the silver market, right? There's, in the whole world right now, if you took all the gold that ever been in existence, all right, it's something like 144,000 tons of gold has ever existed, or something along these type of lines, somewhere, something like that. and you multiply it times the value of the gold, which is 40 million, it comes out to $7.5 trillion. All right. At the moment, every year they're trading $9.8 trillion of notional gold. Now, most of the gold that's in existence isn't on the market. All right, it's tied up in electronics, bank holdings, personal holdings, things of this nature. You know what I mean? Necklaces, jewelry, whatever. And so what they did was they stood here and they have a leverage of paper to fucking gold ratio, right? So the paper to gold ratio is basically $42 billion in actual physical gold investment, $9.8 trillion in gold paper trading. They did a bunch of maths, right? And this is 2016. The ratio came out to 233 to 1, right? So I did the math on how much it would be if everybody called in all of their gold, right? Multiply 233 times $1,250 an ounce, which is actually low right now because gold's sitting at about $1,220 an ounce. So if everybody called in all their contracts on every ounce of gold, all right, like for every 1 ounce of gold that's actually, in storage, that's in existence, and people called in the 233 other contracts on top of that, gold would immediately shoot to $291,250 an ounce. That's motherfucking insane. To be perfectly honest about that. All right, let's be perfectly real about where that's at. So we know at some point there's gonna be a run on the gold market. All right, because once the collapse happens, once you have an issue where individuals are gonna need something other than paper, because there's really like 3 or 4 ways that the fucking system's going to collapse. One is going to be inflation. Another one's like a physical event, like a massive earthquake, volcano, something along these type of lines. Or, war, an EMP, nuclear war, regular war, somebody invades, and the whole thing fucking collapses, everything falls down. Oil shortage, whatever, right? Pandemic. Any way this goes, doesn't fucking matter. You're going to want gold, all right? And people are going to start looking for gold. And once you start looking for gold inside of the market, well, there's 233, fucking ounces of gold, paper ounces. People buy these things and they have them on contracts, but they never take delivery of the product, right? So if everybody calls in all their ounces of gold at once, it automatically shoots up to fucking some insane number. Me personally, I think gold should be around $20,000 a fucking ounce. It's where my mentality is. All right, like technically that's really where it should be. You know what I'm saying? So other people ask about what about silver, right? You know what I'm saying? Because silver's another one of those metals, that's a little bit lighter in value, so you'll have the ability to, stand here and get a hold of it, and be able to trade it a little easier than gold, because the amount of gold is going to cost to be able to buy like a loaf of bread is going to be so fucking small and minuscule that it's not really useful in small trading. But silver most definitely is. Silver is something that you can trade for everyday goods, and you can buy a fuck ton of it, not because there's so much of it, all right, but more along the lines because it's much cheaper in its fucking actual price. All right. Now, in 2011, silver reached $49 an ounce, right? And at current, I don't think it's at $49 an ounce anymore. I think it's sitting around like 35, something along these type of lines, right? And currently, the silver market is much, much worse. All right. You know what I'm saying? Much, much worse than motherfucking the gold market is as far as leverage. The silver market is sitting at, right, $17 an ounce, right? Silver market sitting at 517 to 1, all right, which is 517 contracts for every 1 ounce of silver, right? Which is motherfucking insane. So we'll take it at $18, right, times 517 equals $9,306 for a fucking ounce of goddamn gold. That's nuts, right? That's fucking crazy. You know what I mean? That's some insane ass shit. But this is what happens when you have fucking leverage. And now you say, well, how could the markets get this goddamn leverage? You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be legal. Well, the problem is that governments are helping it be legal. See, the United States, what the United States does is it loans out its fucking gold. And I'm going to make another video on this, you know what I mean, which is the gold leasing program that the United States and all these other countries have to fucking stand here and be able to, how do I put this, move around tons of gold, like thousands of tons of gold between central banks. You know what I mean? America goes to Germany, America, you know what I mean, trades to Europe, whatever, another European company will trade with, you know what I mean, whatever company we trade with. And each of these stands here, and they stand here, and every time they lease gold out, but they never take delivery, you know what I mean? And so, and we'll loan out to like bullion houses, we'll loan out to fucking large businesses, you know what I mean? And they'll never take physical delivery of the fucking gold. And when they don't take physical delivery of the gold, what they're doing is they're speculating, creating more gold that doesn't really fucking exist, and driving down the price of gold. Because if gold was rising along with the cost of, you know what I'm saying, fucking housing and cars and everything else, and allowed to show the inflation inside of the system on a natural basis, and you weren't actually speculating the fucking gold market, well, shit, you know what I'm saying, there'd be that canary in the fucking coal mine, in which, you know what I mean, currencies would actually be truly measured against, and it would show how fucking deep in the goddamn rabbit hole we all really fucking are, and they don't fucking want that. Anyway, man, look here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, it's Monday morning. Y'all enjoy your motherfucking work week and shit. I'm gonna try and enjoy mine. I'm gonna go make some breakfast for my fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the deal. You know what I mean? It's Tom Pease with P Noid News. Like, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? Let individuals know what this content's like. We'll be back tomorrow, probably with a brand new video for you. All right? Later, man. Enjoy your day. Peace.